Hey guys, again, it's Eddie, and welcome back to Night's Podcasting, and we're back with another music review. Coming to you with a different album in a whole different genre that I am not familiar with, specifically this artist, Mitski. She mainly focuses on an indie or folk rock type of genre, and today I'm going to be going over her 2018 album, Be a Cowboy. First impressions was like, wow, am I in for a ride? Considering like a lot of her tracks were very slow paced or like a slow burn, but surprisingly, it's a very short album despite the 14 songs, ranging to a total of 32 minutes. Keyword slow burn is a very common word I'm going to use a lot during this music out review, and I think that's one of the perfect words to describe this album. Beginning of the album, I could predict like what the pattern of what was going to happen progressing deeper into the album. First track Geyser, I've already got used to Mitski's like angelic like voice that she's known for. And what I notice is that she tends to rely on that a lot throughout the album rather than like instrumentals or production value prevailing for her. Geyser demonstrated that through the first minute or so, her expressing her longing of an ex lover or a friend, then the song gradually getting more and more intense, doing that exact same thing. And I want to take a step back and go back to the thing I said about my prediction of the album, and I would like to elaborate on that in which I wanted to clear the message that I was like getting the message that she was falling or getting stuck in this depressive state. In addition, she expresses a lot of her insecurity with the person she loves and feels like she's not good enough for them, like in the track A Pearl. But at the same time, she has a longing for the person she loves, like in tracks Why Didn't You Stop Me, in one of her most popular tracks, Nobody. Because of that, a pattern of melancholy, because of that, a pattern of melancholy, it really tend to get repetitive, and I would often find myself not realizing the song has ended because the climax of the tracks are very often subtle, as you could say, and as I said, the tracks are very similar to one another, as some tracks would just end with her going along the lines of reminiscing of the times of her lover or expressing her struggle to cope with her own loneliness. I'm not necessarily a sad person in general, but like the occasional sad songs are much appreciated. However, this may be kind of like a backhanded analogy, but this album just reminds me of like a bad breakup. She's struggling to cope with her former lover. She's struggling to cope with her former lover, gone, but at the same time, she tries to push him away, trying to be independent, I guess. Moving on, she likes to use a lot of metaphors, like in Washing Machine Heart, she uses "and toss your dirty shoes in my washing machine heart," implying she was in a relationship in which her lover would furthermore damage her washing machine heart, because like you don't just throw dirty shoes in the washing machine. Like you're supposed to put some like plot, like something in a bag or something, so it doesn't like bang around in the washing machine. So you don't really throw dirty shoes in the washing machine unless you want like a complete mess to happen, in which this scenario the dirty shoes is referring to the lover and the washing machine is referring to Mitski. And as usual, she ends the song asking, "Why not me?" Still having a longing for her lover despite knowing she's going to get damaged in the process of their relationship. I'm just sitting here. I'm sitting in my closet trying to record because like it's really dark right now, and also like there's a lawnmower outside. So, yeah, just sitting here. I realized that like she uses a lot of rhetoric that she does that a lot in her album, and it just makes you wonder after you listen to it a couple times. You feel like damn, she's clever for that. However, like the rhetoric for the most isn't really doing a good enough job of carrying this album. Her voice is nice, but it can really take you so far if you're trying to hammer in the same concept over and over again. The production, for the most part, is alright. There are a lot of tracks that I, for the most part, will skip due to me just being outright bored. Um, there are a few tracks I enjoyed, but it's really hard to resonate with a lot of the tracks because, like I said again, I'm not necessarily a sad person, but like the occasional sad songs, like an artist like Joji, like I could like probably get me like emotional for a sense, but like the sad, like I guess like you could say Mitski makes like sad songs. In this case, this scenario, this album, she was for the most part expressing her loneliness. But this is like I'm not. This isn't offense, but I'm just when I listen to this album, like I don't really feel like emotional in a sense. There are a few tracks I enjoyed, but it's really hard to resonate with a lot of the tracks because it's really just leaves me in a state of melancholy. I like to use that word a lot, melancholy. Not because like I'm in my feel sad, but because I'm not really interested. Whenever I re-listen to the album, I would often find myself like skipping to the songs I actually enjoyed. Like, I don't completely hate this album, okay, but I enjoyed a few songs like Geyser, Washing Machine Heart, A Pearl, and Me and My Husband. But even then, I would probably really go out of my way to go listen to it instead of just maybe listening to it. I would probably just like vibe to it if it pops up on my music playlist. Furthermore, I give this album a 3 out of 10 rating. And I would like to give it a higher rating, but like as I re-listened to it over and over again, I felt like the album was growing off of me every time I re-listened to it. Yeah, this is I think I forget what number. I think it's our fourth music review, but yeah, thank you guys for watching. This is the Nights Podcasting, and see you guys next time.